After we left the boat trip on the Verdon River and enjoyed a delightful lunch at Restaurant La Guinguette, Montpezat, we continued to stroll among the charming villages in the area.
C'est pas la pêche. Nous on fait reste chienne.
The first village we visited was Roumoules, a small and enchanting village of 732 inhabitants called Roumoulesnies, located in the heart of the regional nature reserve of Verdon in the Upper Provençal Alps. In the Provençal language, the village's name is Roumulo or Romolas. The name Roumoules derives from the Roman name Roumoules, as it first appears in 1020 as in Villa Romules. This is no coincidence. This area was a significant Roman settlement, and the evidence for this is fascinating. The village is quiet and charming, not only because of its stunning landscape, but especially due to the simplicity and tranquility that reigns in every corner. The village sits at 600 meters above sea level, with a minimum altitude of 545 meters and maximum of 783 meters. In the valley that the Roumoules River, which is a tributary of the Verdon, carved through the Valensole Plateau. The location here is simply perfect. 15 kilometers west of Moustier-Sainte-Marie, famous for its pottery, only 3 kilometers east of the ancient Roman city of Ries where we stayed on Departmental Road 952, and 7 kilometers north of Puimoisson. At the same distance south is the lake and village of Sainte-Croix-du-Verdon. Roumoules is located in a unique transitional zone between mountain and Mediterranean climate. Temperatures usually range between 3 degrees in winter to 20 in summer, but on the day we visited, the weather was much warmer and definitely reminiscent of a Mediterranean summer day. In 1957, here in Roumoules, an ancient burial was discovered at a place called Le Play, which apparently contained the remains of a Roman soldier, possibly a centurion, from the 1st or 2nd century CE. In 1965, a Roman weapon point was found nearby. But the most fascinating Roman evidence is an ancient inscription known since the 16th century, although today it is not visible due to changes in the church. This is a tomb inscription from the 1st century BCE of Marcus Annius Severus for his wife, Julia Teslis. It's truly moving to think that over 2,000 years ago, people lived here, loved, and mourned right where I stand now. Another point that interested me personally as a teacher in Roumoules was that a school was established here long before the Jules Ferry laws. In 1863, there was already a school that provided elementary education for boys in the village center. The same education was also given to girls. As I walked through the narrow streets of the village, I discovered that it has 4 springs. In the past, they served to supply drinking water to the village, and even today, they still flow and are good for drinking. Olive cultivation has continued in Roumoules for hundreds of years, although it is limited to certain slopes. The village's terrain is at the altitude limit of the tree, which is difficult to exploit beyond 650 meters. In Roumoules, these are the well-exposed slopes of the valleys crossing the Valensole Plateau. At the beginning of the 19th century, Roumoules olive grove occupied more than 10 hectares. Today it is smaller but still relatively important, with 1,000 to 3,500 olive trees being utilized. Until the mid-20th century, vineyards grew in the Roumoules area. They produced wine here for personal consumption and for sale in regional markets. Although this culture is almost completely abandoned today, you can still find cheap and tasty local wine almost everywhere. If we had come here during Christmas time, we would have seen the fourth largest display in the department of Santones, Provençal porcelain figurines 40 to 75 centimeters tall and dressed in regional costume. The landscape here changes dramatically with each season. In spring, the hills are covered with wild hazel and golden mimosa blossoms. In summer, almond and oak trees provide pleasant shade for hikers. In autumn, the colors turn gold and red. And in winter, the silence is so deep you can hear every raindrop touching the water. On the slopes grows typical Mediterranean vegetation: wild fig trees, oak trees, and above all, the fragrant Provençal lavender. Eagles fly between the cliffs, searching for nesting places in the rocks. Roumoules has remained faithful to its agricultural heritage. In 2010, 19 farms operated in the village, divided between sheep farming and mixed agriculture. Tourism is little developed. The village includes no hotels or guest houses as far as we could see. Despite this, the village offers rich cultural life for its size. There are many leisure, cultural, and sports associations, rural cinema, motocross track, city-stayed. Throughout the year, Roumoules lives to the rhythm of local festivals. On Mother's Day, Sundays, les festivités are held. St. Joseph's Day in March, the main festival on the first weekend of August in honor of Saint Pierre, a village festival in June, environmental values and conservation. Roumoules' location within the Verdon Regional Nature Reserve gives it special environmental importance. The village includes 289 hectares of forests and groves. The delicate balance between human development and nature conservation is carefully maintained here. Roumoules represents the authentic charm of Provence, a place where time seems to have stopped and where local traditions still live and breathe. It's a perfect place to experience rural tranquility, contemplate stunning landscapes, and connect with the rich cultural heritage of southern France.